Welcome to 10 Questions, 10 Minutes with The Real Wine Show, where we do a quick and irreverent interview with some of the most fascinating people in the wine industry.
We sit down with world-famous winemakers, importers, industry folks, collectors, and everyday consumers, providing an intimate and insightful look into wine culture.
Andrew Jones, thanks for joining me here in the belly of the York Ann Arbor beast.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's a real pleasure to have you. I appreciate it. I don't know if you signed up to be in a dungeon, but here we are. So cool. We are doing our 10 minutes here, so I'll get the clock started, and we'll jump right into it.
Sounds
and
good.
We can learn a little bit about you and field recordings, yeah?
Perfect.
Cool. Let's do it. All right. So our first question then for you is analog or digital?
I'm going to go digital on this one. And I know that the stuff that we do on the wine side is definitely to have a respect for history and like old school stuff. Right. But there's some stuff that I just like the modern convenience on. So,
yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Digital. Yeah. Was there any? My of course questioning was prompted by the name field recordings, thinking about recordings.
Yeah.
Are you a music fan at all, or anything like that, or
music
collector, or why the
music fan? But like, I'm definitely not a music geek at all.
Okay.
It was more a thing for. I thought it was a great reference for the concept of terroir. You know, this natural recording, people, place, and time captured in a bottle.
Got it. Field recordings. That makes good sense. All right. Cool. Amber or orange? Amber wine or orange wine?
So I tend to use the term orange wine more.
Yeah.
But I think I'm doing myself a disservice. I think we should actually call it amber wine. I think that would have been the way to go. I think it would have been a better way to explain things to consumers because we want to make wine more comfortable. And I think the term orange, so I think
it's too associated with citrus or
too associated with citrus. And in the end, you can have something that falls in the orange wine category that isn't necessarily fully orange in color.
Right. Yeah. Of course.
And so there's some stuff like that. And so, yeah, just trying to figure out a big thing for me is do these more unique esoteric wines, but make them comfortable for the everyday consumer. Mm-hmm. And that's the last thing I want to do is confuse things. I think a lot of times things in the wine community, we think that we're doing the consumer a service and opening their eyes.
We do our best.
We do our best. Yeah, we do our best. But then I think some of the stuff we end up confusing people.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Cool. All right. Our next question for you then is Detroit or Dallas?
Okay. So the only major city in Texas I have not been to is Dallas-Fort Worth.
Okay.
So I'm going to have to answer this question based on football teams, and I definitely go Lions over Cowboys. I think Cowboys would be in the bottom of the totem pole for me.
Well, that's beautiful.
So
we need it, man. I want you to know that. We appreciate you here in Michigan just for that. So, the wines are great, but way to be there for us. Thank you. Cool. How about Chenin Blanc or Chardonnay? Then we'll come back to the other sports question after that one.
Sounds good. So from a consumption aspect, actually,
call it like you want. Yeah.
Yeah. Chardonnay is my number one. Chardonnay is the reason why wine can be such a big deal and why it's one of those things like Burgundy, for example, I think is the reason why wine is the most special alcoholic beverage choice. Mm-hmm. And just the nuance and how much you can dissect a category to make something really cool, interesting, and different. And you can't do that in spirits, beer, or anything that's like grain based. And so for me, even though I love Chenin Blanc and like Chenin Blanc was the original field recordings wine and I love it.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
that's why I raised the question.
Yeah, nothing defines fine wine for me better than Chardonnay because you can do so much cool stuff with it. And I think it's unfortunate that there's an ABC drinker out there with the anything but Chardonnay because it can really be special.
Cool. Beautiful. Okay. So shortstop or center field? How about that? And the reason I'm asking the question, I'll tell you, because your hats, you have some field recording like baseball lids that are just so ace. Yeah. So I thought maybe you're a baseball fan. I don't know.
Baseball fan. So on this one, sorry for the Michigan folks, Dodger fan.
Okay.
But no, big baseball fan and definitely center field. So
the Ken Griffey school, huh?
Yeah. No, I just like the so I have 3 boys that all play baseball, and I think it's funny how everybody I think of shortstop as being kind of an overrated position, like quarterback at times. And like
this is a non-controversial family show. So.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, center field for sure.
Okay, cool. Very nice. How about blend or monovarietal wine? You do both.
I do both. And so monovarietal, easier to make decently, but harder to make exceptional. Blend, easier to make exceptional, but you can more easily mess it up, like kind of thing. You got to make sure you have the right components. Okay. So like if you're missing an ingredient in the recipe, it's never the right, and so okay. But I don't know.
Do you have a preference as far as, or you appreciate the challenge of both?
Appreciate the challenge of both.
Okay. Real winemaker. Cool. Let's look at our next question for you. How about mountain or beach?
I got to go beach. And the other thing is I've lived by the beach my entire life.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Where did you grow up?
Ventura. So just north of Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I've never lived further than 15 miles from the ocean my entire life.
Whoa, fascinating.
Yeah. So, but at the same time, I'm not a beach person. I'm not a surfer, but it's just like a comforting.
The sound, the smell, the feel of the.
It's a comforting thing for me. Yeah.
I was wondering where you're going to play that. Of course, you'd think perhaps you have a vine growing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your primary. I don't know if it's your primary, but it's one of your main gigs, right? I thought perhaps and being up in the hills and everything, I didn't know where you'd be on that one. So cool. Regenerative viticulture or biodynamic viticulture?
So I definitely go biodynamic there.
Okay.
And I'm not against the regenerative. I'm still trying to fully understand it on the extra value of that versus just standard organic. And all that. But the thing I like about biodynamics is, so it kind of reminds me of like Eastern medicine a little bit. I'm a big fan of acupuncture. Acupuncture is like, I have a horribly beat up back and from working on a forklift for my life and stuff. And it's one of those things like I can't explain why it works, but it works.
Yeah, the proof is there, and
the proof is there. And so we actually at Field Recordings, we pick everything according to the biodynamic calendar.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, and it's
cool. I did not know that.
Yeah, so we do it though for very practical reasons though, because it's an efficient way for us to plan out harvest that we focus on really hitting it hard at the winery on fruit and flower days as we're bringing in fruit and there's stuff, and I like the mystery to that I like these not totally understood science things that just like, there's something there though. And I know there's something there, but there's no way that I'll ever prove it.
Yeah. So you get really more than you plan.
Yep.
By practicing that way. Excellent. Again, you're a nursery guy. So how about Franc de Pied or grafted?
So I was humbled about 2 years ago because I was big on the unrooted stuff, and then we had a little flare up of some phylloxera that I didn't expect, and we got too comfortable. I feel like on.
Did you get hit hard?
Not hard. It was actually a friend of mine's vineyard that had it. He was pretty aggressive on going unrooted, and we were humbled. And it's one of those things like some of the old school French guys will always say is like, no matter what with phylloxera. Like it's not a matter of if, it's when. It will get you at some point. And that's like one of those things like Washington State is having a flare up of phylloxera right now too. The other thing on the grafted thing is I think winemakers talk too much about clones and not enough about rootstocks, because the rootstocks are the things that are pulling those nutrients out of the soil, and they affect the general chemistry of those grapes way more than the clone.
So whichever ions, whatever they're picking up, or
like even just
profound effect on the fruit quality. Ultimately.
Yeah, and there's like a family of rootstocks that pull up more potassium out of the soil than others, and so you end up with higher pH, lower acidity in those and all that. And I think I'd always like to see a winery go like maybe commit to one clone and use 4 rootstocks on your property, and I think you'll have a more complex spice rack of things versus same rootstock 4 clones. So
cool. Yeah, get it. That's cool. Totally understand that. That's interesting. Fascinating. Cool. And as we come up into our final minute here, look at us. We're right on schedule, man. That's awesome. Which is the best Field Recordings wine for the classic Tacos al Pastor? And I assume as a California winemaker, you're all into your tacos al pastor, or maybe you're a burrito guy. I don't know. That's question.
No.
That's 11 questions. So let's keep it to 10.
Yeah.
Best for al pastor.
But pastor would definitely be one of my favorites of the Mexican specialties. And I'm going to go skins.
Cool.
So
which is your skin contact blend, the blend of varieties, yeah.
Or amber wine.
Your amber wine.
Yeah. So no, I would go skins because you got good acidity, like with the white wine thing to cut through the grease of the pastor, and then with the pineapple that gets layered into the rotisserie, I think the stone fruit, tropical fruit flavors of the skins would be one, and then I would probably go Blue Label Chenin too.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Very neat. Well, that is awesome. And just as related to that question, we were upstairs with Cody here. He was saying that you have, there's our timer too. We did it.
Nice.
That's great. We're right on schedule. But let me squeeze this last question in.
Yeah.
Regarding skins, he said that the next vintage of skins, you're going to have some amazing number of varieties in the blend. What is that? Is that true, or did I mishear him? Or?
Yeah, I believe it's 12 varieties.
12 varieties. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we
So you're not afraid of a blend?
No. The more grapes we can work with, and I'm even trialing more grapes that didn't go into it, because I think skins has gotten better and better every year because of more components. There's more ingredients going into the wine essentially, but it's just different vineyards, different grapes, and all that. And I'm trying everything under the sun to see what makes truly like the best skin contact white wine possible.
Brilliant. Well, that's awesome. Andrew, thank you so much again for taking the time to come down, and I look forward to tasting the new skins and wish you all the best with the new vintage. We tasted a bunch upstairs. Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Cool.